Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about Mule event and Mule message. So when the Mule event is created, the Mule event is created when we got any trigger to the Mule flow. Like what is trigger? Trigger in sense if there is a Mule source is an HTTP endpoint sending a request from browser or any HTTP client like ARC Postman, that is a trigger. Okay, if you got any request from the client to the Mule event source, so that is a trigger. When the trigger arrives, the Mule event source will create a Mule message from the incoming message. Like if you hit the Mule source via an HTTP endpoint, HTTP client. So HTTP will send a message, HTTP request message like this. It contains a HTTP header and payload. So Mule event source will create a Mule event object. How it create Mule event object? It copies the header to attribute section and payload to payload section. So by copying this section header to attributes and payload to payload, Mule event source create a Mule event object and hand it over to the event processor. These event processors are capable to understand only Mule event object. It won't understand the incoming protocol object. So this is the thing I want to discuss today, and I want to discuss how the message is transformed and how many types of headers we can pass from an HTTP client to HTTP Mule HTTP endpoint, and how the Mule flow will send the response headers to the client. So these things I want to discuss today. So the Mule message consists of three parts, that is attributes, payload and variables. The attribute section consists of the headers. While sending a message, if any client sends metadata through headers, that metadata is copied to the attribute parts, and the core business data what the client is sending, that is copied to the payload part. So this is the basic structure of the Mule event. The Mule event contains the Mule message. Mule message contains attributes and payload and the variables. So this is about the Mule message, the Mule event, and this is a transformation happening while message, while protocol message comes to Mule event source. And today I will want to discuss one of this scenario with an example in Anypoint Studio. Let me open Anypoint Studio. So this is the flow where I designed the flow. Like this is HTTP listener. I configured this listener at 8081 port, and there's a path defined. Path is, observe carefully here. I used DEPT as an URI parameter. Okay. Now I'm hitting this flow from the ARC client. This is an ARC. So from the ARC, I'm localhost 8081/sales. What is the sales? Sales is an URI parameter. This sales will map to this department. So this sales will map to the department. So and I'm passing one query parameter name is equal to James, and one header parameter city Hyderabad, city is Hyderabad. Okay. So these are things I'm sending from client. One URI parameter, one query parameter, and one header parameter. So this request will reach the Mule flow as a request reaches the Mule flow and Mule event object is created. In that Mule event object, the three things, the URI parameter, header parameter, and the query parameter. These three things will flow into the attributes section. That's why open the logger and see message.attributes.header.city. So you can print directly attributes.header.city, that won't be a problem. And see attributes.header.city. This is you are retrieving the header param. And this is thing attributes.queryparam.name. I am retrieving the query params. And next one is attributes.uriparams.dept. I am retrieving the URI parameters. Afterwards, I am creating the variable. Why I am creating variable? I want to send some information back to ARC. So what information I'm sending back to ARC? In the response section, come here. I want to send header, course header back to ARC. So I'm creating a course header, but that the value is vars.course. So here I'm creating a source variable, and this is the value will flow assigned to a course. So this will send back to ARC. So let me hit this flow. I'm hitting this flow. Once I hit this flow, so come back to here and go to console. Let me examine the loggers. If you examine the loggers, city Hyderabad, our city Hyderabad, name is equal, name from source is James, and department from course is sales. That's sorry, department from source is sales. So here city, how the city is coming? City is coming as an header parameter. I'm sending a header parameter. Name as a query parameter. It's query parameter, and sales as a URI parameter. So this information I'm printing, logging this information. Sorry. Okay. Now the course parameter I'm sending back to ARC, right? So let me examine the ARC header. So if you see the ARC, this detail section header, you have the course. So some parameters from ARC to Mule, I'm sending ARC to Mule, and this course parameter I'm sending Mule to ARC. So this way the parameters will communicate between ARC and Mule to ARC. Hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for listening my session. Thank you.